You've got the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. I'm glad you got it because we don't. Coming up, we head out west to talk about the Big Bend Open Road Race.
Woohoo!
Jeff will bring us some car culture. And Mr.
course.
Mars reviews the 2025 Kia Carnival. I think they say Carnival.
Carnival.
Without the clowns. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, we always need more Jeff Zeke, and I'm Don Armstrong. And our chief engineer, David Ainsley, will be in later on today.
Oh, he's coming.
He's sleeping in.
He's coming to the house.
Yes,
He's coming to the studio.
Studio, that's right. Hello, everybody. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us on this Saturday. It's chilly and rainy in Texas, but at least it's not 0 degrees.
Well, in my book, it is. Anything below 40 is 0. Just might as well just zero it out.
Yeah, there is that. All right,
like
so
it.
now we welcome to the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show, Rhonda Palmer. Rhonda, good morning to you. Are you there, Rhonda? You were there earlier.
Morning, guys. I'm so glad to be back with y'all.
Well, it's
Yes.
good to have you with us.
Oh, yes, I am.
And Rhonda is with the Big Bend Open Road Race. And Rhonda, I'm going to let you describe to everybody, what is the Open Road Race?
Okay, just making sure you can hear me now.
I
Can you?
can, yes.
Okay, good. First, I'm so glad to be back with y'all. So thank you for having me back. I've really been looking forward to it. So the Big Bend Open Road Race is an exciting time on Highway 285. They close down the highway and monitor it, of course, but you drive one at a time, about every 30 seconds to 1 minute apart, and it really is a race against time. So you set yourself up in whatever category that you choose to race in, where you think you will be best at your average time, and you head on down there. It's 59 miles, 59 curves, and 59 elevation changes.
Wow.
59 miles.
Curves.
I didn't realize it was that long.
I didn't either.
No.
But that'd be like going over to your house
Almost.
from here.
Instead of a straight, flat concrete highway,
Yeah.
you do something in between
Well,
here
yeah,
and there.
bumpity bump.
Yeah.
How is the road? Is the road good?
Great. So it is from Fort Stockton, Texas, all the way down to Sanderson. And we've been doing this now for about 15 years, and you can tell when they've had road maintenance because the safety bumps in the middle, sometimes they get a little too high. And when you cross over, because when you're in this race by yourself, you're allowed to use, both sides of the road, even the extra berm sides, the extra side there, I don't know what they call it, but the extra past the white line.
The whole thing.
The shoulder. And yes, and so you can tell after they've had maintenance, they put those speed bumps on there, they paint them, the paint gets a little thick, and you feel it when you're going 120 miles an hour.
Wow.
Well-
120.
Is there a speed limit?
No. Okay, so there are people who drive in the unlimited class, and they do not have a speed limit, but everyone else picks their category. So I'll just give you, for instance, the last time my husband and I drove it, we were supposed to average 145, and you're able to get up to 168 to maintain that average. And so the best feeling in the world, guys, is when you come up to a 60 mile an hour marked curve. You can see the little yellow warning signs with the arrows telling you which way, and you really are taking it at 125.
All right. Now, how many people wreck?
Yeah.
Zero. I mean, very, very seldom does someone wreck. There have been a few incidents,
Spinouts,
but in the 15 years we've done it, one that I can think of that was a major, time killer. But other than that,
My question is, you said they run classes. So within a class, say there's 10 vehicles in the class. Are they all pretty much on the same time and the same speed for that event? Because the thing I'm thinking about is you got a guy that is a little slower, and then he's in front of somebody that's faster. Are they able to pass since they're like 30 seconds to a minute launch?
this is a great question. And we teach this in our navigation training and in our driver training. Yes, there are people who use different strategies, even though we try to tell them, look, stay as close to your average as you can all the way down there. But, you have to pick up a little bit around curves and that sort of thing. And there are people who try to push it all the way to the limit. So if you're allowed to go 168, they're pushing 165 as long as they can because it feels good, right? To go that fast. So we teach them to meet the people in front of and behind them while they're on grid. So on grid is what we call, before the race. Everybody's lined up, you're waiting, they're checking the roads and everything to make sure everything's safe. And we tell them, introduce yourself before the first leg down there. And then when you get down to Sanderson, because we have about a 45-minute wait, depending on where you are, so all the cars get down there, we tell them to talk to those people again and let them know, hey, I'm a little bit ahead. I'm going to be going slow. If you're coming up behind me, just signal and I'll know you're going to go around me. So we tell them to communicate about that. And you are allowed to pass when it's a straight line of road. Definitely not in the curves.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Okay. I'm kind of.
You're flabbergasted there, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
And you're also in another world, aren't you?
Well, not only can they communicate and talk about passing and I'm slower, but there's also a little bit of smack talk, I'm sure.
Hey, yes, there's some smack talk. So I'll just give this quick story. So, people love their cars. Depending on what make, model, of course, they love their cars. And because they love their cars, they also like to talk about how they are going to pass someone. And so our very first time out there, we didn't know a whole lot about it. And we just knew there was a guy in a yellow Porsche in front of us. And I thought it was a beautiful Porsche, 1987, nice, classic, beautiful car, had been taken very well care of. But my husband said, I don't care what happens. I don't care if I win or lose. I'm passing that yellow Porsche in the streets.
God. All right. And did he?
Oh, gosh, it's right. So yes, sir. So we did. And just what y'all talked about earlier, a guy in front of him was going a little bit slower. So we had to pass not one, but two cars. So I don't know if you've ever seen Christmas Vacation at the beginning when the wife starts ducking down and trying to hide, but that's what I was doing. I was like, we passed two cars, we're already a minute ahead, So, yes, there's smack talk, but it's all done in fun. I will tell, the reason I love talking about cars is, number one, I mean, it's not too... it's becoming more and more frequent, but there's not too many women who do this race or any local races. So like I said, we like to go out to the Texas Mile. There's a group of about 22 of us ladies out there now, but it started out just like 4 or 5. And at the Big Bend open road race, there's about 7 of us who are drivers, not just navigators. And one of the things that I'm trying to just let women know it's fun, okay? Even if you're a little nervous to drive, just go out there with your husband or your friends, make new friends and experience it. I mean, not everybody likes to go fast. I get it. But it's a time to get around different type of people and people who are just happy. And when you're going to the races, okay, some people don't leave too happy if something happens to their car, but you're excited. You've put your time and effort into your car, and now you're going to see what it'll do. And you're going to challenge yourself. But
let's talk about your car. You sent us some pictures because we were scared of the weather in the driveway, so we're going to run those pictures and stuff. But tell us about your car that you use whenever you go to these events.
Okay, the car, we have 2 cars, so. One car is a 2005 C6. It's automatic transmission, has Z51 package, and it is great. We love it. That was our very first car. We brought it brand new. And a quick story, I'll just tell you a side action here. It was 21 years ago, and I had just finally fully recovered and done all my treatments for stage 3 breast cancer. And so that was our, hey, let's go celebrate.
Celebrate that. Yeah.
That's a good celebration.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
No,
Thank you. So we loved it.
You sent some video of the red car, and it's backing out, and it's got a number 143 on the side. Is that your car?
Yes. So we also, because even though we loved that car, and I still do, I wanted a manual transmission. I love to be in control of how much power I use before I shift. And with that, with my first car being a 4-speed, it kind of got me a couple times when I was just about in the power mode, and then it would shift. So we got the 08 Z06, and so I think that's the video you see there. And it is a blast. And so that's the one that I try to commandeer every time we go to any of the tracks or the Big Bend race.
Now, you mentioned classes. How many classes are there? 10?
think there's 12 that goes from 100 all the way to unlimited, and then right before that, where you're kind of bound, is 155.
Okay. And
they range like. Let me tell you a little bit about that in those classes. So like if you're in a 100 class, then you can go up to 124 to maintain that average. And then it goes 105, 110, 115, 120, 125. So it's 5 mile an hour increments for your target speed, but your tech speeds go up from 124 to 145, or I might be off a little bit on that, and then 168. And so even though your target speed is increasing, your tech speed is not. So the closer you get to that, the tighter you have to be in your averages.
Do you have to wear a helmet at this race?
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes,
you have to wear a helmet?
Yes. So I have to explain to my mother every year, yes, we have safety gear. Everything is checked out. We have, fireproof clothing, a fire extinguisher, roll cages, gloves, leather shoes, helmets, goggles. Everything is completely safe. I mean, as far as that goes, you have your arms strapped in, everything's 6-point harness, nothing. You're glued to that seat. And
so in other words, I can't bring out my C5 and run it because it doesn't have a roll cage in it.
Oh. No, you absolutely could if you were in one of those lower classes, which if you start out, you have to start out lower. The roll cage is for once you get above 125 or 130.
Yeah, so the faster you go, the more safety equipment you got to have. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, you should take your mom for a ride if she's concerned.
That's exactly right. Right. I know. Well, I have taken her for a ride, but it's over there in Bel Air on 610. She wasn't really too pleased with that.
And neither were the Bel Air police, so they're kind of tough on that. Okay.
Right.
So, it's a 7-hour ride from Houston to Fort Stockton. I did the math. 508 miles. So there's a full day of driving just to get out there. And I assume, how many cars do you typically have registered to do this?
About 130. And some do. I'm sorry. Actually, it's about 160. But there are 2 races. So the April, there's always about 160. And in October, I don't know why, it's just different. Maybe hunting season, people are getting ready for hunting. I don't know, but it's a little fewer in October. But some people do drive their car all the way out there from wherever. And we have people from Nebraska, Idaho, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, even some from out of the country come out there. They're clearly not driving their cars. But then some, of course, trailer their cars. And that's what we do. So I'll tell you another quick story. Before we found the Z06 that we loved, that we totally loved, but we didn't have it yet. But my brother-in-law has a Z. It's an '09 ZR1, and it's a standard. And let me tell you, my brother-in-law was up for Brother-in-Law of the Year because he not only let me take that car in the race. He let me borrow his truck and his trailer so I could haul it out there.
Oh, my God. Yeah, well.
Yeah, you need to take care of him. Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely. All right. How much does it cost?
Again, that depends on your classes. It goes anywhere from about $600 up to $1,000.
Okay. And is it a 2-day event?
Okay, this is what my husband says. You can get out there on Monday before the race on Saturday, and there's all kinds of things to do, and they start teching you and double checking your cars and all this on Tuesday. But the race is on Saturday. It's a 1-day event. It's just first leg in the morning, get down there, eat lunch, and return.
When is the Texas Mile? Is that coming up as well?
They do have a car show. They do have a car show and other things like that for entertainment. It's coming up on April 26th.
April 26th, okay. And so all of the festivities are in Fort Stockton, I assume.
For the most part, they do have some events down in Sanderson, and the good thing about this for both towns, it's really a big fundraiser. And if you can think of on just a totally smaller scale, but like what the Houston Rodeo does for Houston, that's what this race does for those 2 communities. It just brings people in, so the hotels and restaurants are full, and they have little gatherings. Different groups are selling things, and all the shops are real friendly, and they have different ways to keep people entertained.
So where do you sign up for this and get more information? You have a website?
Yes, go to Big Bend Open Road Race or bborr.com. bborr.com.
Okay. And all the information is there. Do you have member hotels that you can go and get a discount at in either one of the cities?
Yes. Some in Fort Stockton, some of the hotels do give racer discounts, and they have events that are catered to the racers. So they'll have a welcome reception or a special at the bar or something like that. But it's just everybody's just trying to be friendly and get your business.
Sure, I understand, and I assume that there's got to be some sort of oil related stuff out there.
There's
discounts
there are a couple
on
of vendors that
discounts
go out
on the quarts of oil and stuff like that.
Gasoline.
I don't know about that. I don't know. we don't. We get all our stuff down here before we go out.
Sure, of course you do. Well, it sounds like an absolute hoot to do. I don't have enough self-confidence anymore to go for the 150 mile an hour class. I'm sure that the car would do that.
Yeah, probably.
It's a 6-speed manual transmission with a stock LS1 engine in it, and it basically lives on the ground, close to the ground, and so I wouldn't think that it would be anything other than a fast 150 mile an hour trip at 60 miles from Fort Stockton on down to the finish line, and I mean,
okay, is that Don talking with us about the 05?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay. You need to do that, sir. You need to do that. And there are so many people
Yes, I
who
told you.
take you under their wing. You're going to have to start out at 110. Okay. You've done that on I-10 going to work, I'm sure. You can wear a regular seatbelt.
Yeah.
A regular long sleeve T-shirt. You don't have to have a whole bunch of. That's how we started out. Just, leather shoes, gloves.
See,
and
the problem with
and
this
your
is, and you've already alluded to the fact that you started off with a $40,000 Corvette, and now you've bumped it up to a $70,000 Corvette, all because of one race. You've gone from a regular Corvette
That's
to a
right.
Z06. Yeah, I know how this works. Believe me, I've been Corvetting a long time, and
Well,
the
you
problem.
get the bug.
Yeah, I know.
get the
Believe me.
bug.
Who's going to get to drive it?
Yeah, exactly. And he's used to bugs. So if he took his out there the first year, he could do the 110. But he couldn't. He would have to wait
That's
another
right.
year to move up another class, right? Okay. Yeah, so you could do
Or
it.
6 months if he came out and
True.
yeah.
So
Or
you could do it, Don.
You could
Yeah,
go
so
out there.
really, it'll only take you 3 to go up 6 classes.
I'm not. There was the racer side of the Corvette Club, and then there was the show car side. I gravitated to the show car side.
Well, that makes sense.
It's a lot cheaper, I promise.
Guy your age.
I have no
yeah.
doubt, but I'm just thinking that it's not really a race. It's like she said, it's against the clock. It's against yourself.
You go out there a week ahead of time, and you consistently drive that route for the week, and then when the race time comes, all the little idiosyncrasies of the drive.
and you just accelerate real hard, real fast in a hurry.
Rhonda, it is great to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Big Bend Open Road Race, BBORR.com. All the information is there. Good luck, and let's talk to you in the fall for the
Thank
fall
you.
race, shall we?
in the winner's circle.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right, thank
yes,
you.
it'll be better weather. I can show you the cars.
All right. Thank you so much. Just ahead, Mr. Mars has his review of the 2025 Kia Carnival along with Jeff's Car Culture. The In Real Time Car Talk Show is back in just a couple of minutes.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Loopy Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Loopy Tortilla, he's pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Hey, the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show hits the road literally when we join the Hot Rod Tour of Texas, April 26th. That's the Saturday. Link to the website through inwheeltime.com. Thanks for being with us today, and we appreciate your participation in our show.
Thank you.
Jeff's Car Culture. What are we doing today?
Hydrogen fuel cells. Things to know. Are they the future? Are they from
Mars?
No, the Honda, Toyota.
No, I'm not bringing them.
Are we doing America? Is America going to do them?
America.
We'll find out.
All
But there's about 17,000, pardon me, about 17,000 hydrogen-powered vehicles in the U.S. roads right now. All of them are in California. Meanwhile, the EVs, there's millions of them around the country and the world. While electric cars are getting attention, with major manufacturers focusing on them to be dominant by 2030, hydrogen vehicles remain much in the background. Here's why. This year, one new hydrogen vehicle will hit the market. It's the Honda CR-V. It's called the FCEV, which is an adaptation of the popular compact crossover with not only a hydrogen fuel cell jointly developed by General Motors, probably Cadillac or Buick, I might throw that in there, but largely a battery that can be plugged in. This provides 29 extra miles of range, adding to the 241 miles of range for the fuel cell. It will only be available in California. It will only be for lease, and the volume is projected to be about 300 vehicles a year. So they're just getting started. A hydrogen fuel cell, or the HFCV for short, uses the same kind of electric motor to turn the wheels as a battery electric car does. But it's not powered by a large, heavy battery, but by a fuel cell stacked in which pure hydrogen, H2, passes through a membrane to combine the oxygen, O2, from the air, producing the electricity that turns the wheels. Figure that out. We got a schematic here coming up. What this means is a fuel cell vehicle is technically a series hybrid, which is why they are sometimes classified as a fuel cell hybrid electric vehicle, or the FCHEV. These vehicles are safe. They're just as safe as any other vehicle, since the high-pressure tanks are designed to survive even the highest speed crashes without leaking or breaching the fuel. While hydrogen skeptics routinely cite the Hindenburg explosion of 1937, the hydrogen tanks that their hardware would likely survive even if the rest of the car was destroyed. The tanks would probably be intact. No injuries or deaths specific to hydrogen components have been recorded to this date. Yeah. Fueling a hydrogen car comes with naturally over time, but aligning the heavy nozzle and sealing it properly to the car you have to have the communication between the nozzle and the car itself. So today's stations offer only 2 of 5 vehicles before they go offline before repressurizing. So it's very important to get there.
How many miles can you go?
About 241, and then with the electric, you can add about another 25 more miles to it.
Okay.
So if you're in California and you're interested in zero-emission vehicles powered by electric motor, a hydrogen vehicle is one approach. But creating a brand new fuel cell network from scratch, hence electric, has proven to be far, far more problematic, expensive, and unreliable. And the fuel is much pricier for drivers than a gasoline or electric vehicles. So there you go. Pretty much says it all. You're driving a hybrid when you do that, and to each his own. If you want to do that,
I'm out.
The future's coming.
I'm out.
Yep.
I'm good. Okay. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Time now for this hour's car review. Mr. Mars reviews the Kia I'm calling it the Carnival because it has a
I like
little
that.
more class
I
to
like
it
it
than
too.
Carnival.
Down in
Hey, we're going to
Brazil,
the
Carnival.
We're going to go to the Carnival.
Yeah,
No.
that's true.
I'm going to the
So we're talking
Carnival.
about the 2025 Kia Carnival. We like that. And now this is the hybrid SX Prestige. It comes in 4 trim levels: the LXS, the EX, SX, and the SX Prestige, which we happen to have the hybrid option on. Now, it is with a hybrid. It's new for 2025, but it's basically the same vehicle as the regular gasoline SX Prestige that was available last year. So it's Kia looks at it like they really don't promote it as a minivan. It's kind of like the minivan. Has 7 or 8 passenger seating. We happen to have the 8. Outside, you're going to find a lot of the features you would expect on a family-type vehicle. LED lighting with the projector headlights up front, fog lights, daytime running lights are all LED. Heated side mirrors, had dual power sunroofs, had a smart power liftgate. The side doors, they will open and close just like on what you would see on a regular minivan. We were rolling on some 19-inch black alloy wheels, which were the optional wheels, the upgrade, but there's no spare, which I thought was rather strange for a family-oriented vehicle. It has a tire mobility kit instead of a spare tire.
Wow. Pump? Like a pump?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Now, inside, you're going to see that we had the upgraded leather seating. We had, and it's much like a minivan. Whether they don't particularly want to market it as a minivan, it is a minivan. It's got easy in and out, got a lot of space in it for people and things to put, place of storage compartments to put little things. The front seats are heated and ventilated. The second row is a kind of a bench type thing, but it's a 40-20-40, and the centerpiece looks kind of like a console, but it's actually a separate seat, and that's how you get your 8-passenger seating with that seating arrangement.
So it folds down like an armrest?
Yes, and it'll actually
Cool.
slide forward and backwards,
Wow.
just like what the seats do. Actually,
nice.
it comes out. I took it out one day accidentally. It has a 12.3-inch panoramic display up in the dash, and this is where you're going to find your nav, your control, your convenience controls, and your rear view camera. Now, it also had the interior camera and talk intercom to the rear seat, so you can kind of focus in on the
Wow.
passengers in the back and actually have an intercom to make it a little bit easier to talk to them if things are noisy. Has the heads-up display, which is a nice thing to have whenever you've got all this stuff going on. Rear passenger video and talk that I just mentioned makes it a little bit easier to talk to them because it does have USB ports on all 3 rows. So you got a lot of wireless stuff going on with the Android and the Apple. It's got the wireless charger, so it could possibly get in there if you got a family full of kids and stuff in there, so it makes it nice. Second row windows shades, we had that as an option, which first time when
Those
I looked
are
out the
cool.
window, it was kind of like, what? I can't see out the window. And I realized there was a shade there, not used to seeing that. And then we also had the 12-speaker Bose audio system that was really nice. Sounded really nice in this vehicle. Now, up under the hood, we had the 1.6-liter turbo that was combined with the hybrid powertrain. Now, this does produce 242 horsepower, 271 pound-feet of torque, front-wheel drive, backed up by a 6-speed automatic transmission. Now, the EPA says you're looking for 34 in the city, Highway 31 combined 33. I got 29.8 across the 455 miles that I drove this vehicle. We had a lot of in-town running around to do. And again, it handles like a minivan with manners. To me, it's more like a little station wagon.
Yeah.
It's easy to drive. The steering's real responsive. It's got a very nice car-like ride to it. Got nice acceleration because of the electronic components in it in particular. And basically, it's time for a road trip. Get in it and go, and it's got
I agree.
a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty on this battery and the electronic components. So it's really, really nice. Now, the base model on this price on this vehicle is $40,800. Now, the base trim, because we were at the upper level, $52,600 to start. MSRP, as we had it, was $54,490. So it's right there in the market because the Toyota Sienna hybrid starts at $39,185. The Honda Odyssey hybrid starts at $41,900. And the Chrysler Pacifica hybrid starts a little bit more at $51,000. So they're all right there in that range at the starting price. And then it just kind of depends on how much you want to add to it. But if you're looking for a people mover, a family vehicle, don't worry about it being a minivan. Just look at it like it's a station wagon. And this is definitely one you need to look at. And that's my review of the 2025 Kia Carnival Hybrid SX Prestige.
Very, very good. Now, that's the same one that did Don have one recently?
I
like
believe
that?
so. Yes, he did.
Now, that is yours all electric? That was a
No, this was a hybrid.
hybrid. Okay.
Yeah. And it's
I
not a
liked it.
plug-in hybrid.
I
So
liked
it
it.
worked really well as far as driving and getting, not having to worry about stopping
Yeah.
to charge it.
I like it.
All right. In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. It's time for the 47th Annual Corvette Chevy Expo in Galveston, Saturday and Sunday, March 15th and 16th at the Galveston Island Convention Center. This premier indoor event features iconic Chevrolets, from classic Camaros to America's sports car Corvette. See over 135 displays, automotive vendors, and unique finds at the expansive swap meet. You'll also see the all-handmade Galveston Craft Show, featuring over 100 local artisans. Be part of this Chevy celebration, March 15th and 16th. For tickets, visit CorvetteChevyExpo.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In-Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.
This is
Stab me.
pardon me?
No, he stabbed me.
What,
His pen.
That pen again?
Yeah.
Well, that's a tattoo.
I think so.
This is the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, we visit with Mary Agrusa with the Savoy Auto Museum. Also, I'll give you my thoughts on driving the 2025 Lincoln Nautilus. And Jeff has the Motor Minute in this segment of the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike out of this world, Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley sleeping in this morning, but he's with us in thought and spirit. I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us, and we appreciate you. It's a beautiful Saturday here in the Houston, Texas area where we come to you from around the world. So if you're wondering what in the world is he talking about because the weather's miserable here, it's not miserable here. Yesterday was pretty miserable with big thunderstorms here, but we don't have that today. Lots of sunshine, high temperature this afternoon in the mid-80s. Doesn't get much better than that, my friends. All right, let's go over to Georgia, Cartersville, Georgia, as a matter of fact. Mary Agrusa with the Savoy Museum. Mary, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys doing?
Well, we're doing just fine. Thank you very much, and we certainly do appreciate you joining us today.
You know, you talked about having lousy weather yesterday. I think you sent it to us because we got the thunderstorms and it's pouring rain here now.
Yeah.
So it may be beautiful in Houston. It's not so nice in Cartersville.
But I will say this, that it certainly is beautiful at the Savoy Museum.
Oh, have you had a chance to take a sneak peek at who we are?
Yes, I did, as a matter of fact. A very unique kind of museum. I was telling the boys earlier on when we started the show this morning that I thought, you know, a lot of us from here in the Houston area head east from here, right down I-10, head over to the southeast. We go through Mississippi, Alabama, and then we hit Georgia before we hit the East Coast. And, you know, the South is a wonderful place to visit, and especially for Houston families, friends, car lovers, and all. And what a great idea to take a little left-hand turn and head north and get up there to Cartersville, Georgia, and stop at the Savoy Museum.
And the best part about that, it's not just that we have the Savoy which is, in my opinion, is probably the best museum ever. In the city of Cartersville, we have 3 other museums. And so Cartersville has sort of been designated Museum City for Georgia. We have the Booth Western Art Museum that has the largest permanent collection of Western art in the United States. We have the Tellus Science Museum and also the Bartow History Museum. So for people that want to come up and see the cars, and I would highly recommend that you come up to the Savoy, there's also plenty of other things to come and do and see while you're in Cartersville.
Mary, tell me the history about the Savoy Museum.
Okay. Well, this was founded by a family that was in business in Cartersville. And while they were in business, they collected cars and Western art. When they retired out, they started pouring their resources into the community. The first was the Booth Western Art Museum. They took over the Wine and Mineral Museum, made that into the Tellus. They took over the local courthouse, made that the Bartow History Museum, and then they built the Savoy. And so while this was being built, this was originally on a piece of farmland, and it's about 30-some acres. And so when it was being built, there were no signs outside in terms of what was going up. And they did a lot of ground prep for about a year, and we were all scratching our heads, what is it? And then the back building that I refer to as the shed, which is now where we store all of our cars, went up, and it was silver and red, and we all thought, we're getting a Costco finally. And that was the popular rumor. Of course, when everything started coming up out of the ground, they put the sign up, and that's when we knew it was going to be the car museum. Now, the name itself came from a 1954 Plymouth Savoy that was actually found on the grounds while they were doing the site prep. It belonged to the family that owned the grounds, and interestingly enough, we had a high school principal from Cartersville who came in to visit, and this was her grandparents' property. When she was a young girl, she rode out with her grandmother out to Colorado in that car, so she knew that car when it was brand new. So that's how we wound up with the name. And I'd like to say that we're a little bit different than a lot of car museums, and I visit a lot of car museums. We consider this really more an art museum that is dedicated to the automobile. And so as it gives you some little snapshots of what we look like inside, you'll see that the way that we display our cars is very differently. In fact, I'll switch modes. I'm going to walk over to the Savoy Gallery, but you can walk 360 around all of the cars. If a car happens to have stanchions, that's because the owner of the museum has requested that we do it. Otherwise, we have it set up that you can get up close to the cars. We don't cram them in here. The lighting in the building is designed to make the cars look the best, especially if you're into photography. And so we really try to highlight cars as art. Another thing, I'm in charge of writing all the research for the cars. So when I do the reader boards, on our left-hand side, we will talk about all the technical information about the car, the engine, the transmission, things of that nature. But I have about 150 words that I have to describe the vehicle. And so a lot of times what I really try to look for is there something interesting in the backstory of the car? Is there something historical that is important to this car? Was there a reason why it was brought out? And if it succeeded or if it failed? Maybe the owner, maybe there's a backstory in the car. So that I like to, when people come, if you're not a car fan, and a lot of the people who come who aren't, but they're coming with people who are, they can sit there and read the reader boards, and a lot of them told me, this is something that I didn't expect. I've learned so much because we try to pull in the history of what is going on, really trying to make it something that anyone who's coming in can learn not just about cars, but also about the history of them and the history of, the automobile in general.
Mary, you sound very, very well schooled in museum stuff. Curator, perhaps, in the past? Is that why you brought your skills here?
No, actually, my background, what I'm going to show you right now is this is the Savoy Gallery, and the cars that you'll be seeing right now, these are all cars that we own. No, my background was in graphic design for a number of years. When I retired out of that, I messed around a little bit with day trading, found out that is not my skill. And my husband said, well, why don't you go back to school? Because here in the state of Georgia, if you're a resident, you can go back basically for free. You don't pay tuition. And so I found a school that actually offered a degree in English with an emphasis on writing. That was something that I was interested in learning about, and did that. And then the Savoy opened up and there was a call for volunteers. And so my husband and I both put our names in the hat for that. And when we finally got asked to come, they needed people who would do the tour guides. And so I was all over that. And as it turns out, right now I'm a part-time employee here. I'm also a docent. The person who was doing my part of the job became ill, and she had to retire out. And so they were asking the different docents if we could write about the cars, if we could do the reader boards. And I was like, well, yeah, I can do that. And so I started doing that, and the curator liked my style and the fact that I could write them, research them, and write them fairly quickly, something that he and the other graphic artists wouldn't have to do any longer. And so they said, do you want to come and work here? And I said, yeah, as long as I can still be a part-time guide, because one of the things that I find in terms of being a docent, with interacting with the public, I find out what really resonates with them. And one of the things that I found out is that, yeah, they really like the history of the cars, and not just the gearhead part of it, but also, the background stories of the cars.
Well, I congratulate you. You do an excellent job. Is that the Savoy? Am I looking at the Savoy right there?
Well, this is not the one that we found out in the yard. This is Beatrice, and she is a 59 Plymouth Savoy. Last summer, she was part of the Great Race. Unfortunately, Beatrice got to the fourth day in the mountains of West Virginia and dropped 2 cylinders. And so that was the end of her stint in the Great Race. We are now doing a fundraising campaign. We want to have her ready for 2006. But the better part of that was, even though she failed, we brought a couple of the students in to talk about their, what the experience was like. And we have a local college and career center here that is tied in with one of our technical colleges. And their principal and the head of that class came to the presentation on the Great Race. And now they are looking at this for the next school year, which they're going to be putting a Corvette together. They are talking about entering that in the Great Race, as in the student division. So even though Beatrice didn't, do all that well when she was up and running, she has inspired another school to pick up the challenge and do it also. And my hope is that since this is a county school that is doing it, that one of the city schools will also want to get into doing this. And I think it would be fun to have, in between the city and the county, let's have a little bit of competition. Which school does better at the Great Race? Because it's not about speed, it's all about precision and being there right on time. And so I think it would be great for us to be able to have a little fun competition going between the 2 schools. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Well, right now what we're in, this is what we call our Great Hall. And this is one of the exhibit areas that will change. Of the 5 exhibit areas that we have, the Savoy Museum, that gallery doesn't change, or it does a little bit, but not that much. Of the other 4 halls, one of these changes every 30 days. And so this is what's called locally owned. The cars that are here are owned by either members of the museum or friends that live within a pretty close geographic area. And we did this 2 years ago. We found that people really liked it. The owners of the car really like being able to bring their vehicles in and sit here for 4 months and have people ooh and ah over them. And also visitors coming in find out, boy, there's a lot out in those garages around Cartersville that we never would have expected.
Mary, you just showed us a 409 there. Yeah. I guess you probably already know about that.
Well, yeah. Well, my favorite part of this is the Beach Boys.
Attraction
409, and this car has it all. But this is one of the anniversary cars that came out in 1962. Which the funny thing was, there was no anniversary edition. I mean, nothing for GM. The anniversary was 1955, and they did a gold-plated Bel Air to celebrate that. But they just put out this car for no one really knows why.
It sounds like our car show. We just make up awards and just put them on there ourselves, just like that. we're award winning. When somebody says, well, what award did you win? Huh.
We got a long list of them.
Yeah.
We'll get back with you.
Yeah, that's right. We don't know what it is. So that there is a Model T.
This is a Model T, 1925. The backstory on this is when Jay found the car, he found this actually in a general store up in Tennessee. And he collects Model Ts. And in order to buy it, there were two stipulations. First, he had to prove that he could drive the car. And second, he had to agree that he would never restore it. So this is, in it to a degree, not necessarily pristine condition, but if you want to see an untouched Model T, that's what we have. And this car will actually celebrate its 100th birthday this month. What we're not sure is whether or not it was built in Atlanta or not. We think that it may have been, but we're not sure about that. But it will turn 100 sometime this month.
Are you going to have a birthday party?
I sure hope so. I'm sort of pushing for it. I've asked for it, but I don't always get what I want. But again, now this car, perfect way of talking about history. We ask people, why do you think the roof of the car is so high? Well, the answer is because men wore hats, especially top hats, and it had to accommodate that. In 1955, Dodge, that was the first year that Dodge actually got rid of their guideline that the roof of the car had to be high enough to accommodate a man wearing a hat. And we also let people know that if you liked back in the day, now you could probably relate to this, when we get our old Weber grill out and we would throw charcoal in there to have a barbecue, well, Kingsford charcoal is right out of Henry Ford. That originally was called Ford charcoal, and then it became Kingsford. And that was the offshoot of he had to find a way to get rid of all the sawdust and the odds and ends of wood, and they invented, charcoal briquettes. Mm-hmm. So we can thank Henry Ford for the backyard barbecue also.
Mary, how many displays do you have in the Savoy?
We run 5 at a time. We have the regular Savoy Gallery. As I said, that stays relatively stable. And then we have the 4 other galleries. One of those changes every 30 days. So this is locally owned, and this is in what's called the Great Hall. This is probably the biggest of all the display spaces that we have. Then we will have 4 other galleries that come off of it. So, for example, we're going to walk into Gallery A, and this is called Splendid Studebakers. And with the exception of the first 2 decades that Studebaker was in existence, we have one car that goes through every decade of Studebaker's existence as a car company. This is the oldest one. This is from the Studebaker factory, the museum. And this is the 1927 limousine with actually a curved glass partition, which when you consider, glass manufacturing at that time, that was a very rare thing to have, but this has a glass partition in between the driver and the passenger. You could get a telephone for the chauffeur. This car is not equipped with that. And then we come all the way to the very end of Studebaker's run, which is the Avante. Very beautiful car, but, why do you put out a car that's for a Corvette market when you're sort of on the brink of bankruptcy? But they did. Beautiful car by Raymond Loewy, but just sometimes I look at Studebaker's management and I go, what were you thinking? I mean, they did some great things, but then they really did some things that were a little bit on the weird side.
Mary, tell us where the Savoy Museum is located. I know it's Cartersville. Where is that?
We are between Chattanooga and Atlanta, right on I-75. We're about midway between those two places. We're right off the highway. We're about 2 miles west once you jump off of 75. And again, there's a lot to do here in the Cartersville area. Besides the museum, we have a really nice downtown area with plenty of places to eat and to shop. We have the Etowah River close by for people who want to do some kayaking, hiking trails. There's just a lot going on in this area. And, of course, it's all the museums that we have here.
Well, Mary, we could talk to you for days on end, I am sure. But it really is very appreciated for you to take the time to join the In Wheel Time car family this morning and fill us in about the Savoy Museum. So is there a website we could go to?
Yes, if you go to savoymuseum.org.
Okay.
That will tell you everything about us. It will tell you everything that is on the floor, including what cars are in the exhibits. It will tell you all the upcoming events because we do a monthly movie. We have programs that are tied to every exhibit that we do. And then on September the 6th, we have our car show. And that is all out on the lawn. We'll probably have over 300 cars in the show. And it's just a great time to come down. And if you need an excuse to come to Georgia, we can give you plenty of them.
I'll bring the Corvette and put it on display.
We'll have it for you.
All right, thank you. Mary Agrusa,
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, have a great day, guys.
You do the same. Thanks again. What a great venue.
They've got some displays coming up. Like there's one for all fiberglass, and it's much more than Corvettes. And we talked about that event that Ken Gross brought to Houston at the museum, that Fine Art Museum, with all the Delahaye's and stuff. So we're gonna pay another visit to her in a month or so when they get
I
some
might
other
just
things
drive
set
over
up.
there.
I think
I think the In Will Time Car Talk Show should pay me to drive over there, and I could do reports
Well, if we're
from
going
there.
to do that, we're just going to take the whole show and go.
Okay, I tell you what. You take the show, and I'll go and have fun. Thank you for that.
I'm busy
Just
that
ahead, a
day.
review of the 2025 Lincoln Nautilus, plus Jeff's Motor Minute. After this quick break here on In Wheel Time.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. The Enwell Time Car Talk Show thanks you for 14 wonderful years. Yep, our first show aired May 7th, 2011 on a local radio station. Then it was a move to the digital world and social media, and you followed. Thank you. We continue to build and grow our fan base, and it's all because of you and your auto enthusiast friends. We appreciate your support. It's always great to see you at our remote broadcasts, and we hope you'll continue to stop by and say hello. It's been a great ride, and we hope to bring you more fun and adventure right here on the Enwell Time Car Talk Show.
All right, thank you very
I don't know
much.
what he's
And let's see. I did want to remind you that our last stop on the In Wheel Time Spring Tour happens June 12th up in Granbury, Texas, south of Fort Worth. The Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run. That live broadcast will air at a special time, 9 to noon that Saturday morning. We hope you'll join us then. Time now for the Motor Minute here on
Motor
In Wheel Time.
Minute. We haven't talked about F1 Cadillac lately or the Andretti family, but the Miami Grand Prix coming up, I believe, next weekend will have the debut of the Formula One Cadillac race car. They're going to debut it. It's going to be a static. Obviously, it's not racing until 2026, but it will be there.
I wonder if it runs.
I'm sure it does. The Formula One team, the final approval and everything, that's moving forward. The journey of Cadillac to Formula One has been an interesting one, and the Andretti Formula Racing team has been all out going. They've got 4 drivers that they're considering: Sergio Perez, Zihu Gagno, Valtteri
Wait a minute.
Zihu Gagno.
Zihu.
Let me try that.
Or is that Zhu?
No, Zihu.
It's spelled Z-H-O-U.
You just go sit over there. Colton Herta is the other one. And I want Colton Herta to take the wheel. There you go.
No, well, that's a lot easier to pronounce.
Yeah, there you go. So that's a little bit going on in the Motor Minute for Formula One, the unveiling of the Cadillac race
That
car.
was too short. I wanted to.
It's a minute.
I know, but I wanted to jibe you a little bit. Let me
don't
see
be
that.
jiving,
Let me
Zuhu
see that
Ganyu.
thing. Sergio Perez, Zhu Guan Yu. It sounds.
See, no.
It sounds like some sort of disease.
Larry Jones, that's how they pronounce it.
Valtteri Bottas and Colton
That's what I
Herta.
said, Valtteri Bottas.
Bottas.
It's a medical term.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember you used to have somebody down at the medical clinic look at that for you. Remember?
I got an ointment on it.
Ointment. Time now for this hour's car review. I got to drive a 2025, not 24, but a 25 Lincoln Nautilus. This was assembled in Hangzhou,
What?
China.
No. No way.
Hangzhou,
No.
China.
Zhuhu.
Here, put your glasses on and you tell me. Hangzhou, China. Hangzhou.
It's even written in Chinese.
Right
Look
here.
at that.
It's a Neil. Hangzhou, China.
Hangzhou.
It comes in these trim levels.
Turn it
The
upside down.
Premier, Reserve, and Black Label. I had the all-wheel drive Reserve 3. This is a mid-size SUV, seats 5, exterior changes from last model year. Well, this is the second generation. It was redesigned in 2024, so this one is pretty much brand stinking new. Exterior features, one of the best-looking rides in the market, in my opinion. Symmetrical wheel openings with nice, elegant body sculpting. Beautiful rear lighting with a sunshade over the hatch glass. Sleek roof line. What I liked about it, the Black Label grille has a very elegant look. Looks like little dots up there in the grill area. They just see these little chrome dots.
like little stars.
Yeah, that really. I don't know what they did, but they did it right. It looks good. Absolutely nothing needs changing on this. It gets an A+ for attractiveness, in my opinion. If you're in the market for a midsize, this is good looking. Interior highlights. In the cabin, in the dash, a door-to-door changeable display. Seriously, all the way across, underneath the glass, it's all a display. It's stunning. Why didn't I think of that? And then, if you want to get into changing the stuff, there are changeable little pads on the steering wheel, or you can get into it by the center screen above the center stack.
Huh.
Mars, I hope you get the chance to drive this. I think
did
that
too.
you're going to agree with me that it is. You get in. Everybody that got in this car went, wow, look at that.
That's nice.
Adjustable seating with massage. Awesome quality materials throughout the cabin. Classy Lincoln grill for the standard folks like I had. Cargo trunk room, adequate, competitive, plentiful storage space back there. What I liked, it makes you want to put on an Armani suit with an open collared shirt and drive around with your chest hairs poking out.
That's too Miami Vice.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know, but don't I kind of fulfill that role, the Miami Vice role.
So the
you'd
Vice
have to-
part, yeah.
Yeah, so I could get a little hat and I could be the
You need a
chauffeur.
hat anyway. Let's see. What could use improvement on the interior? Nothing. It's brilliant in design and execution. I'm telling you, man. Don't count America out when it comes to this sort of stuff. It may be built in Zhangzhou, China, but it is really a good-looking vehicle. 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, 250 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque. It's not a rocket ship, but it has plenty of power for us regular folks. Tow rating, 1750, so you can put your little jet ski back there with your open collared shirt. 21 miles per gallon city, 29 on the highway for combined to 24. I got 25.5 miles per gallon over 390.5 miles. What I liked about it, the smooth pull of that little four-banger engine. You can't tell that they're four-bangers anymore unless there's just the base, go-kart, lawnmower entry level, and this is not that. Nice power-to-weight ratio, handling, comfortable American-style luxury ride. It is sweet, baby.
I was in it. I liked it.
What could use improvement? Adjustable ride control, but why? Just let it do its American luxury by itself. It's fine. I had to come up with something. Pricing. Here we go. The base trim price on this is $61,000.
Okay.
Price is tested with $70,810. You can get in one of these for $51,790. Competitors, Mercedes-Benz GLC, $49,250. Genesis GV70, $46,200. Or the Acura RDX for $44,700. Those are the competitors. And that, my friends, is my review of this scrumptious 2025 Lincoln Nautilus.
Scrumptious.
I don't get too many Lincolns.
Scrumptious vehicles.
It is, and they don't have a lot of vehicles in the choices that you have. But I'll tell you what, that is one fine automobile. I think, anyway.
I like.
When's the last time you drove a Nautilus?
I was trying to. I don't know that I have ever. I've been in the Navigator, but I don't know about the Nautilus.
Well, you know, they need to bring it over there to Neaterville and let you drive it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. If you'd like to get in touch with us, we invite you to shoot us an email. Our address here is info@inwheeltime.com. And we will return with the last half of our show after this quick break. We invite you to stay with us.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon, through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.
From Studio A in the much ballyhooed Texas Sugar Shack.
Yep.
This is the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Just ahead, Courtney Enders, now officially part of NHRA TV. We'll also give you my thoughts on driving the 2025 Chevy Silverado EV. And Jeff has the Motor Minute coming up on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us on this rainy Saturday here in Texas.
It is.
Temperature's about to hit 70 degrees, and then later this week it's supposed to go down back into the 20s again. Oh, my God. It's kind of like being in Canada.
Oh, really?
Courtney Enders joins us from Canada. Where exactly? Where are you from? Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't started talking like that yet, y'all. I'm in a small town called Stratford in Ontario, just about an hour away from Toronto.
Oh, okay. Very good. Well, I hope that you're having a good time up there. I understand it's a weekend off for you, and that's a rare thing.
It is, and it's a snow day, which is also a rare thing. I went like 14 years of my life without seeing snow, and now there's probably 2 feet outside. So,
there you go.
Indoor cat.
Yeah, I was just going to say, well, I'm glad that you're indoors. I lived with that for the first 11 years of my life in Wisconsin, and I'll tell you what. And Jeff is from Detroit, so we know all about the snow thing. We're glad that we're 70 degrees and raining in Houston, Texas today. Anyway,
I miss it.
well, so Hey, congratulations on your new appointment at NHRA TV.
Yeah, thanks. It's still very weird. It's been a whirlwind of a couple of weeks here, really a couple of months with the Pro Superstar Shootout, and then it almost just doesn't feel quite real yet. I saw my name on the poster they posted the other day, and I said, "Well, by God, they went through with it."
Yes, apparently they did, because I got the press release right here in my hand, and I thought, wait, there's Courtney down there. Enders will be contributing to live in both the Mission Foods and Lucas Oil Drag Racing Series during the upcoming season. I go, I know her, yay! And the other thing that really kind of excites me, Dave Freiberger is going to be on there with you, along with Jordan Vandergriff, others, and I guess that you'll be doing some interviews with your sister. That'll be kind of weird.
Yeah, I've gotten used to that. I know we're going to talk about Flo here in a minute, but I used to be so nervous to interview her. I could interview Greg Anderson. I could interview John Force. Like, everything was normal. But when Erica got in front of me, I just thought we were going to turn into 10-year-olds, and she was going to take the microphone and be like, "You don't know what you're doing." She didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm so excited. It's kind of like a brand new job for me, too, because I get to keep track of you. And since you're the only one that I can call on the telephone and, or Mike Mars and get you lined up to talk to us, we think that's wonderful.
Well, now we've got another Enders to follow.
Yes, we do.
We follow Erica all the time.
Yeah.
Now we've got Courtney.
I used to follow Greg Enders, but, he's too hard to keep up with, as you well know, since that's Dad.
And then there was that stalking incident.
there was that. All right, so congratulations on that, and I assume that you're going to be. Where do you going to go to Florida?
So I am. Next couple weeks is crazy. I've got this weekend off, and then I head Thursday to Gainesville. We're going to go test. My boyfriend Spencer Hyde just got a ride with Jim Head Racing, so he will be taking over the funny car duties there. So we go license there. I'm just going for fun, moral support, all the things. Come back home for a couple of days, get my mom set up here to watch my dog, and then I head to the World Series of Pro Mod in Bradenton and head right over to Gainesville from there. So the last 2.5 months, I basically lived in Bradenton and Gainesville, Florida. But so yeah, about Wednesday, it's go time.
I'm so excited. And I know you are too, even though that you've been doing the drag racing thing pretty much all of your life, because I know that you started off under your dad's tutelage with junior dragsters along with your sister. And there's a movie about both the sisters called, fill in the blank.
Right on track.
Right on track. The Disney movie, the very successful Disney movie, seen by millions and millions, especially girls. And that was that 90s? That was the 90s, wasn't it?
I just said off air, I was catching you. You're making me catch you faster. It was early 2000s, but close. No, it came out in 2003. We filmed it in 01.
Yep.
Came out in 03. And then last summer, Flow Racing released a 20 years later documentary called Speed Queens. And you can actually see that on Flow Racing, which it's in front of the paywall as well. So don't have to have a membership. And it is very different than Disney. Here's Disney, here's Speed Queens. They use the bleeper button a little bit.
Okay. Well,
It's a grown-up version.
How come I didn't know about that?
I don't know, Ray. I don't know.
So, a lot of people, a lot of people don't know about Ray. It's my
alter ego.
Alter ego.
Yeah, and more. Matter of fact, I reminded my good friend where that all came from, Steve Parrott with Nissan. I saw him at the Houston Auto Show, a preview that we had a couple of weeks ago. And I said, hey, how's it going? He said, fine, Ray. How are you? Because it was him that I dogged on a phone call to get some information about a Nissan product. And he'd never answered the phone. So I just went into my Ray.
Bull Ray.
Yeah, the old Ray thing, and really took him into another world that he didn't know what to do with. And so
he's still getting treatment for that.
He is. Yes, he is. But anyway, great guy, but it started off a whole different world. At my funeral, I'll be Ray Armstrong. Anyway, so let's talk about Flow Racing. And I've seen you doing bits and pieces that were posted on Facebook and other sources of website stuff. What is Flow Racing?
So Flow Racing is a live streaming company. It's actually Flow Sports. They do everything from actually was watching my buddy was at a baseball game in Dallas last night, and it was a collegiate game streamed on Flow. So they do wrestling, they do cheerleading, which is varsity TV, huge. They do marching band competitions, jujitsu, like I said, hoops, baseball. Racing is a huge part of it. Racing and wrestling and cheerleading are probably the biggest parts. But Flow Sports has about 500 employees, and then you get down to Flow Racing. Big in late model, big in dirt. They do some NASCAR off TV stuff, just kind of like NHRA TV style. And then about 5 years ago, they bought Speed Video, which was the live streaming company for drag racing. They were doing a lot of that. And we acquired the PDRA, the NMCA, some TX2K stuff, and kind of morphed it over into the way that Flow Racing usually does stuff. If you're a big dirt guy, you've heard of it. But now, over the past few years, we've been concentrating a lot on the content side as well. So we live stream drag races. But also when they hired me full-time 3 years ago, we created the content department. So I handle everything that goes on the website that has to do with Flow Drag Racing. We've got our own Flow Drag Racing social handles now. We don't have to hide under the big boys because there's thousands of late model and dirt races on Flow, and there's maybe 30 to 40 drag races. So they gave us our own little subsidiary, and we're just kind of rolling. And now we've got the Pro Race, we've got PDRA, we've got maybe trying to do some NHRA stuff here in the future, but live streaming is definitely where everything's moving to.
Are you still going to continue working for Flow and do NHRA TV?
Oh yeah, Flow is my home. Flow is made this very clear with Evan and the boys at NHRA when I aggressively called them. I've been knocking on their door for 3 or 4 years, and I don't think that they took me too seriously until we started doing the Pro Superstar Shootout a couple of years ago and putting out these content pieces, shop tour with John Force, Antron Brown, Ron Capps, doing some stuff with Erica, Dallas Glenn, Greg Anderson. We did a ton of content pieces, long form, that go on the stream, but also on the website. And I just kept knocking. And with the unfortunate moving on of Alan Reinhart, going back to IHRA, I knew with his blessing, I knew there would be some holes there and that they were going to be rejuvenating what they're doing. And I sent a pretty bold email and got a nice phone call the next day and kind of figured it out. But yeah, Flow is my priority. I work there full time. I still work with Elite. I help with team management stuff. We've hired PR reps, content people to do what I used to do there, but still help very heavily on the sponsor and team management side. And then I'll be doing some announcing. Don't really know what all of the NHRA stuff's going to entail. We're going to see what my balance is in Gainesville, but I know it will be Pro Mod heavy. Al Tucci's going to be in the booth for Pro Mod, and I've worked with the Pro Mod series for the last 6-7 years. So I'll be up there doing that, doing some sportsman stuff, and try and get in where I fit in with the boys and girls on the starting line and top end. And if anybody knows me, I'll be knocking on everyone's door.
I love that. Yes. Well, we're your biggest fans, and we're so excited for you on this venture that you've got going. So now I want to turn our attention to a couple of things. I've heard a lot of rumblings about Freeman and the Elite Motorsports boys getting into Top Fuel. Is that true?
Well, here's the short and true version. Richard Freeman, you've met him, Don.
Yes.
Is the world's most interesting man, right? Like, you can't predict this guy from anything. So
exactly.
We talk about things, and he's always, what's next? Let's grow, let's change. There's some things in the Top Fuel class he would like to help. Parts cost regulation, safety. He's a big part of the pro organization, and kind of had some words about maybe trying to get involved in there. He's very in touch with Tony Stewart and the Johnson's Horsepower Garage team, and Erica just kind of trying something different. Well, it was very early in conversations. Weren't sure what the Capco boys were going to do, anything like that. And on a podcast on the 4th of July, when I was supposed to be off, Richard Freeman announced that he wanted to go Top Fuel racing. Became just a storm of nonsense. I get phone calls. I have to get out of the pool. I've had a couple mimosas. I'm like, now I have to write a press release. Now I have to go to work. And the intention was to try and put something together, but we were nowhere near announcing. And that's a Richard Freeman MO. And cars are on back order like crazy. The NHRA still has a rule where you can't race 2 professional categories. So we've been doing work behind the scenes, timing getting Erica out of the car, putting a stopwatch on me, get on a scooter, go get her, change her fire suit, bring her back. How long does that take to try and prove that with TV we could do it? Nothing's really moved yet. Cars are a year or so on order, so nothing's happening yet, but Richard Freeman has always got his hand on the go button to make a move, so we'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not gonna hold my breath on all of that, but I
I
thought
will say Erica will never not race pro stock in order to do that. So as long as things are in order the way they are at the NHRA, she will not give pro stock up. That's
yeah, because they're going to have to change the rules.
They are.
Yeah, and from my experience with NHRA, that goes back a long way, I will tell you that changing the rules for something like that, it's like pulling eye teeth, as my mother used to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It is, and we've gotten somewhere on it, but we'll see. And Erica's been running the same class for so long; she's won 6 championships and is by no means bored. But as you know her well. That girl needs a carrot, and
Yes, she
something new. She's been running the Pro Mod car in the Winter Series, and I think for now that's filled that void.
Well, and on the same subject of Erica, last season wasn't all that great for her, although she did finish in the top 10. But we're all used to her being right up there, challenging for the number 1 spot and winning 6 championships. So, what does this season look like?
Well, last season, I'll be raw and vulnerable with you guys. Mark Ingersoll, our main crew chief, we share crew chiefs at Elite Motorsports. There's 9 cars, 5 crew chiefs, and we share. Mark Ingersoll had a double lung transplant middle of the year last year. Saved his life. He's going to be okay, but he still can't travel for another year. And we would be crazy to say that losing our main chess piece didn't affect things. We were great. Chase Freeman picked up, Tim Freeman, everybody. But Mark's been a part of our program for 10 years, and he's a big personal pillar for Erica out there physically on the racetrack. And so dealing with that was a bit tough. We still had the opportunity to win the championship with Aaron, and maybe could have and should have, but didn't. It's the way it goes. But we've got some more stuff going on this year. Mark's still not out. Jake Harrison, another crew chief of ours, has got some stuff going on that he's getting treatment for. So it's going to be tough. We've had a pretty flawless storybook situation with Elite the last 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
And we've got some uphill battles to fight this year, but the team has come together. We showed it at the pro race this past weekend that through the shifts and everything that we're still the top notch there. And so I think Erica's a lot better this year mentally. Again, she finished 4th. Nothing, I tell her all the time, you won the Mission Foods Too Fast, Too Tasty shootout championship. You finished 4th. Like, just because you only won 1 race. It's been a long time since she only won 1 race, but it was Gainesville, which we'd never won before. So that was cool. But it just says a lot about your career when you finish 4th and do so well that you're wildly disappointed. But to say that she's not pissed off and hungry is an understatement. So that's a scary Erica. And that's an Erica I'm excited to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I will tell you, finishing 4th out of 18 slots, that ain't bad, sister, as you know. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, heck, that's pretty good. Some people don't even make it out of 1 season and make it to the 18th slot.
But she's finished first 6 times.
Yeah. So there's all of that.
She does them in 2s. It's so weird. She always does them in 2s. And I said, it's your 3rd. It's not your time. You got to give somebody else a minute and then go back.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's great to talk to you, and we sure appreciate you taking the time of your Saturday off
In Canada.
in Canada,
Yeah.
to talk to us. And don't go take up hockey sticks and pucks and get on the ice this weekend.
Wait. Snow machine racing. Snowmobile
Oh,
racing.
yeah.
You need to get into that.
No,
Y'all don't have anything to worry about with me getting involved in any winter activity.
okay, good. Yeah, I'm thinking somewhere in Aruba.
Yeah,
at
the only
wintertime.
ice is in her drinks.
Yeah,
Well, you go sand drag racing there.
yeah. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for thinking of me.
Well, always. And you take care and call us anytime. We'll have you on.
All right, y'all too. I appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Thanks,
You
honey.
too. Bye-bye.
Erica's sister, Courtney Enders, NHRA TV now. So,
She's
yay.
moving, man. She's got a presence out there.
Yes, she does,
A mover and a shaker,
to say the least.
to say the least. All right, just ahead, a review of the Chevy Silverado EV and Jeff's Motor Minute after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com.
Come along with us on the upcoming Hot Rod Tour of Texas, April 24th through the 27th, beginning in Victoria. We have links to their info and their site on inwheeltime.com. We do have that, don't we?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, last Saturday, he said he was going to, by the time Super Bowl ended, it would be on.
And it was.
Yep. InWheelTime.com and InWheelTime Facebook page, all that info and links to get to Hot Rod Tour of Texas is on there. Time now for the Motor Minute. Mr. Jeffrey has that.
Yep, here we go. Speaking of NHRA, Angel Sampei is going to a closed canopy for the NHRA Top Alcohol Ride for 2025. She's a 3-time NHRA Pro Stock Motorcycle Champion and a 47-time event winner. I did not know that. But she's going closed canopy. She's going to do that for next year and then get into the top fuel dragster position. Another thing we have for the Motor Minute are blue bonnets are coming out. So if you're going to take a blue bonnet cruise, take your significant other, go to the hill country, go to where they're blooming, and that would be a lot of fun.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Yep.
When is that?
Well, they're starting to bloom now, so they're going to get things going for
generally March,
cruises,
the end of February through
end
March.
of March, April. Yeah, so that's all blooming out. And I know everyone's wanting to hear this. There's 313 days until Christmas.
Yeehaw!
Oh dear God!
Counting down.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, that's great to know.
Buy me something nice.
Not.
Grandpa, you got to keep up with these things.
Yep, you
That's
do.
Pawpaw.
Pawpaw, you got to keep up with these things.
All right, time now for this hour's car review. The 2025 Chevrolet Silverado EV. Final assembly location, Detroit Hamtramck Assembly, which has also been renamed Factory Zero. Did you know that?
No.
Well, now you do. Available trim levels, LT Extended Range, RST Extended Range, and RST Max Range. I don't know what the difference is between the Extended and the Max, but I had the half-ton standard pickup truck, and it was the LT Extended Range. Seats, including the driver, 5. All new in 2024. No changes really this year. Closed nose with slit lighting. It's attractive.
Yeah.
It looks pretty darn good, if you ask me. Sail panel at the cab rear reminds one and all that this must have some sort of avalanche
Theme.
Yeah. And more so is the actual panel that goes between the cab and the trunk. And that
The rear window area.
the rear window, that whole panel back there, including the rear window, comes out.
Oh, wow.
And you can extend the bed up to 10 feet, 10 inches.
Wow.
So it's unique, and I think it's a good deal. Big oversized, squared-off wheel openings, typical of Chevy, black plastic wheel opening trim, and black bumper. Okay. What I like, the overall look is very good. Multi-tailgate and step bumper is also great. And that multifunction tailgate, it actually helps with the load, especially when you've got that mid-gate open, so you can put your, what they put in there, a Fiat when the Avalanche came out. Remember that?
I remember that. They put something in there.
Yeah. Anyway, inside, the interior highlights, a very layered look, instrument cluster and infotainment screens. They work together nicely, and it's a nice-looking look. So in other words, the instrument cluster is in front of the infotainment screen, but they're right there together, runs across the dash. You can see it in that picture right there. Controls, easy to use with intuitive placement. Avalanche multifunction midgate extends the bed viability, usability to almost 11 feet. Quiet inside this cab. Cargo trunk room, well, the frunk is a bonus, and I cannot remember that it's up there. Because I'm driving a pickup truck. Who remembers that there's a trunk up front?
Exactly.
Did you open it?
I did.
How did you close it?
I had to pull the hook down to make it come down.
Couldn't find a button any place to make it come
What
down.
is wrong with that?
If you go inside and push the button inside the cab again, it'll come down.
I know, but
It's like a tailgate right in front.
But there's no push button to bring it down.
I don't understand that, but maybe Jack Nerad knows something
He
that
probably
we
does.
He's shaking his head.
What I liked about it, the multifunction center console is outstanding, and I say multifunction because it is. It's got slides in it. The door opens up. It's got the phone charger. All the good stuff is inside there. What could use improvement? Seating is a little firm for my old body.
Mm-hmm. It's firm in the back there, too.
Yeah. Drivetrain. Well, obviously, it's an electric, so it's a direct drive. No transmission, 10,000-pound tow rating, haul rating 1,500 pounds. But just remember,
It's a lot of donkeys.
it's electric, and you're going to suck up all of that charge if you put like a big trailer back there and a big load of gravel in the back. It's going to use it up pretty quickly. It's advertised up to 484 miles on a single charge. That's a lot. But from my experience, you're going to have to feather the throttle at about 45 miles an hour all the way up to Dallas and back to get that 484 miles. I traveled 404.8 miles, and I got 2 miles per kilowatt hour. I don't know what the hell that means.
I don't either.
Do you know that? Do you know what that means, Mark?
There's a conversion tool that you can use?
No, I'm not going to use a conversion tool.
Okay.
You used the conversion tool.
I did.
Did you?
It did.
Good for you. I'm happy for you. I'll tell you what, my electricity bill sure
happy,
go up. What did you say?
Happy, happy, happy.
What I liked about it, plenty of power, and it's quiet. What could use improvement? Charging infrastructure that has nothing to do with this vehicle or any electric car other than the fact that you can't find a damn place to plug it in. That's a problem. Still, I went up there to the Whole Foods, EVgo, fast charging station. I'm sorry, it's out of order. It's been out of order for over a year.
It's never been in order.
Ride and handling, smooth, but it feels really heavy to drive. Base trim price, $73,100. Prices tested on this Chevy, $83,090. Base model price, $73,100. Competitors, the Ford F-150 Lightning, the Rivian R1T, and the GMC Sierra. And, you know, the fancier you get, the more it's going to cost you, just like everything else.
So would Tesla be in that comparison or not? In a way,
Well,
further down the line?
That's what they say, but I'm sorry, I don't see it.
Gotcha.
And, you have to decide for yourself.
Understood.
If you want an electric truck, which I don't particularly understand the thought process behind that, other than the fact that bragging rights, hey, I got an electric truck.
Saving the planet.
Yeah. Then I don't quite understand it all, but that is what it is. That's my review of the 25 Chevy Silverado EV. I will ask you, if you're going to go out and look at trucks, look at this. It's worth a shot. It's a good-looking truck.
It's a nice truck. Yeah, it is.
Very much so. All right. If you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The address here is info@inwheeltime.com. We'll be back after this quick break.
Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000 square foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon. Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast. Join us.
Welcome to the award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Today coming to you from the Lone Star Street Rod Association 50th anniversary celebration at the State Run in Granbury, Texas. We've got another guest from today's event, and later Jeff is going to bring us some of his car culture. Cities for vintage car shows. I wonder where he got that idea.
I wonder.
Mr. Mars has driving destinations, and howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars. We always need more Jeff Zekin, and Chief Engineer David Ainsley is with us today. It's a rare appearance. We got him out of bed. He's here, and so am I, and I don't know how or why. But I'm Don Armstrong. Glad you could join us today. All right, Mr. Mars, why don't you introduce our next guest?
So we have with us right now this beautiful 1978 Firebird Trans Am, and it's owned by Denon Hollinger.
Yes.
I got that. Did I do that right?
Uh-huh. You did.
All right. So she's
Denon.
Uh-huh.
Like the yogurt?
No, sir. It's not.
Did anybody ever ask you that before?
Yes, it came from a movie, and I'd rather not. It's an old Western movie.
Let's talk about the car.
Yeah, talk about the
No,
car.
I know. Well, we
No,
got
she doesn't want
plenty
to
of
talk
time
about
for
that.
that. So, no, what's wrong with that? I mean, I
She
like
doesn't
that.
want to talk about
But
it.
I want to talk
Well,
about it,
then-
and this is our show.
My mother loved unique names, and she saw a movie a long time ago. It's called Westward the Women, and in it was Danon. Didn't think much of it till I saw the movie. And I came up to my mother. I said, "Mama, you named me after a prostitute."
See, I knew the movie, and you had to go there, Don.
And I said, "Could you not have picked another name?" And she said it was either that or Dallas. I said, "I like Denon." So,
I do too. I love it. I've never heard it before.
yeah.
And I didn't watch the movie, so I did not know. And I'm not going to apologize. I mean, and obviously, it's a. We can talk about it.
I'm a teacher, so I really can't talk too much about that to my students. So.
And they don't know, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
And you can't say it's a family name.
No, it's not a family name.
Do you have children?
Yes, I do. I got 3 kiddos. I got 2 daughters and a son.
Okay, and their names are?
Normal names:
Normal names.
Jessica, Katie, and Eric. Yes, normal
Very good.
names. There's normal names.
I have a Katie also.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I wasn't going to strap my children with that. No, not like my mother did.
It's all right. But she had good intentions, I'm
She
sure.
did. Yes, she did.
Yeah. She obviously was affected by this woman's part in the movie.
Impressed. Let's go with impressed.
Well, one way or the other, she was impressed.
You have to watch it. It's a very funny old Western.
Is it really?
Mhm. It's very funny.
I like it.
So the '78 Pontiac,
Yes.
I like it.
Thank you.
So how did you acquire this car?
So I have been in love with hot rods since I was young. I wasn't the typical girl that had singers on their walls. I had the middle fold out of the hot rod magazines in my car. In my house. And I used to.
Did you staple them to the bedroom wall like I
my
did?
headboard.
The headboard.
I had
okay.
it on my headboard.
There you go. Yeah.
And so I was always in love with cars, but that wasn't something that I could fulfill, you know. So I had a boy that I really liked. I actually went to school, graduated here in Granbury, and
Really?
Grew up in Glen Rose, but I graduated here in Granbury, and there was a boy that I really liked. Will not say his name, and he had a '69 Camaro. Fell in love with the car more than I did the boy.
I know that story.
Okay, love the car. So I grew up. I wanted a hot rod. I really did. Couldn't ever do it. Ended up marrying my love of my life over here, and he had his own vehicle, and I'm like, oh gosh, I want one. I want one. Well, we've been looking, but the prices of '69 Camaros are ridiculous.
Yeah,
They're-
absolutely.
on teacher salary, you can't afford one. So we were looking around, and one of our car club members, his brother was selling this Trans Am. This Trans Am had been put up, I forget how long it was put up, for about 5 years, you said? And he had it in storage. He redid this car back in the 2000s. He did it all himself. He didn't put any Bondo on it. He got, and it was a hail damaged car. He got all of that out and redid it for his son. And his son had a tragic accident and wasn't able to drive this car. So it's been in his shop, and he would start it up every so often. And he was like, I really need to sell this car.
Cut ties with it, yeah.
Cut ties with it. So he said, I just want you to be able to go ahead and use it and make it better. So we went ahead and bought it, and we changed up some things on it. And I will never want a '69 Camaro. I've fallen in love with this vehicle. You don't
78.
see a lot of them, especially in the white with the black
Correct.
decals on it.
Yeah.
Because it did have blue decals, and we turned around and changed it out. We did
You know,
some
it looks better like
modifications.
this, I believe.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, with the black insets on the grill and the other black touches on it, it looks great like that.
Plus, let's not leave out the Whataburger table tent.
I was getting to that.
Absolutely.
Hey,
there.
it took us a while to get that.
Ate a lot of hamburgers.
At least
trying to get-
77 times.
And from what Whataburger did you steal that from?
we were borrowing it.
Borrowing it.
And
Uh-huh.
then
You
we'll-
can buy them now. You can buy them online
You
through the
can?
Whataburger site.
Yeah. Well,
Well, actually, if you turn it in, I think they give you 2 Whoppers or whatever.
That's
No.
a different burger place.
Whatever.
not going to do that.
Good. No, don't.
And the honeycomb wheels, I like that.
Yeah, those are the year ones. Those
Yep.
are the newer ones of them.
Well, it's a beautiful car. To me, the Pontiac Trans Am was always a luxury step above the Camaro and the Z28 in particular.
Yeah.
The Z28 was, to me, was more of a race car. Not that this couldn't keep up with it, but this always had the luxury touches in the interior.
Yeah.
So I get where you're coming from. I had a
Yeah.
friend of mine that had one.
I did
going,
too,
Wow,
yeah.
this is really nice.
You had a blue one,
Yeah,
77, I believe.
They're
it
a
was.
little bit heavier than the Camaro, the same year Camaro, so they ride a little bit better. I think even if you get the HD parts on it, it still rides better.
Well, and this is a 78. Yeah. I just love the car. It's beautiful.
Yeah, they actually drag race this car. This car was a drag race car, and so it has all the suspension underneath. When it
Tuned for
turns,
it,
it turns, and but it had a 4-speed in it, and that couldn't keep up with our car club for some reason. It would tack out. It would go up into the 4,000 RPM. We couldn't keep up with our car club.
Wasn't a good
So-
driver.
Huh?
Wasn't a good driving.
It
never-
wasn't. So we went ahead and put a Tremec in it, 5-speed. So now it cruises, it keeps up with everybody else.
It's
now.
almost like it's got an overdrive in it with the
It
5-speed.
does,
Well,
yeah.
it does, yes.
Yeah, it was getting too hot when we were trying to drive it with that 4-speed, and we'd have to pull over because we were afraid we were going to do something
Must
to
Does
the
it
pretty
have
good
the-
guy gear in the rear?
Does
end.
it have the original engine in
It
it?
has a Pontiac 400, in it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's
so-
what they were drag racing?
They drag race this. Yes,
This
they did.
car? Do you drag race?
I don't know.
She looks over there and he says no. You
No, I don't drag
The
race this.
insurance man is listening. I heard.
No, my other Camaro that I had, I would race it. I loved to race cars. I did when I was growing up and trashed a few of my parents.
Now,
But
where did you get this influence? Was it from your dad?
you know what?
Was he a hot rodder?
No, my dad wasn't. It was just I was the youngest of 7 kids, and I had. Okay, so I loved to be around people who worked on cars. It's just something that I loved, and so I don't know. I would rather have hot rod magazines than I would,
Girly magazines.
girly magazines.
So
Yeah.
you said you're a teacher by profession. Why don't you get involved in teaching an auto class?
Oh, but you know why? Because I retired.
Oh, you could come out of
This
retirement.
year, I
You could
retired.
come out of retirement.
I'm early childhood, so I can't do high school. I'm not certified to do high school.
Certified, schmertified. You could do it.
But the hot
Will
rod
certify,
shop,
yeah.
Exactly.
the shop for hot rods.
Yeah.
I don't think you have to be certified as a teacher. I think that you
Yeah.
can go under the radar.
Yeah, I'm quite happy being retired so
Good
far.
for you.
Yeah,
Good for you.
I enjoy it.
So, will you guys take it to a lot of car shows?
Yeah, we've gone to Hot August nights. We've went all the way out to Reno. We trailered our
Oh, wow.
car club went out to Reno, and
Did you trailer this car
yeah,
here?
we trailered it out to
Here?
Reno. Oh yeah, we trailered it here. Yeah, I mean
So
we
this
all
is-
trailered ours here.
I see. So this is your baby.
She's my baby, but local shows we will drive her to. We're
Yeah.
not going to trailer her.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
she's not a trailer queen at
Yeah,
by
we had a
any means.
discussion about that earlier. Yeah.
No, but coming this far, yeah, I don't want to risk her on Highway 6. So, but my husband he has a 48 GMC that he's doing a frame off restoration on.
Beautiful.
So this is the one that we take back and forth to the car shows currently.
It's a beautiful
So-
car.
So if this is on a trailer, what do you pull it with?
He has a
dually?
Duramax. No, it's not a dually. It's just a
It's 3/4 ton.
3/4
Chevrolet.
ton.
Yeah.
GMC. Sorry, we're
Gotcha.
GMC people. GMC Duramax.
Well,
yeah,
you know,
we pull it with.
it's an acronym. GMC stands for God Made Chevrolet.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only way to go is with the Pontiac and the GMC.
Did you know that? GMC, God made Chevrolet? You forgot it. You didn't have to go too far to try to forget it. Yeah,
Yeah.
got it. I understand.
So,
Well,
but we get a lot of people saying, "I had one just like that." I love
I had
that
a buddy of
car."
mine had a blue one, 77, high school. He was like the cat's meow when he got it.
Yeah, we enjoy it. We have a lot of fun, and we do a lot of like Christmas parades and things like that. I decorate up the Firebird with lights and all of that. We
now,
have a lot of
do you do the cleaning, the detailing under the
Uh-huh.
hood and all that?
Yeah,
Is the underside as clean as the engine
I
compartment?
can't say that. I won't say that.
All right.
Do you see how low that is?
Yeah.
I have to hook it up to get it in the trailer. I don't want to have to get up underneath there to clean it too.
Okay. Well, good.
So, yeah.
That means you can drive it.
Yeah,
I got it.
Just drive on clean roads.
I had a car that I had the underside pinstriped. I'll never do that again.
Oh, mm-mm.
No.
Oh, yeah,
No. Live and learn,
yeah.
Yeah.
So we do have fun with it.
Now, what car club are you in?
Great Classics. We're out of Houston. So
Whereabouts in Houston do you live?
I live in Magnolia.
Okay.
And most of ours are at northwest
Oh, okay.
Houston is where our car club's out
Where
of.
all the growth is, where they can't build freeways and roadways fast enough.
Yes, sir. We have about
That.
900 homes coming in out there where our rural area is right now. Yeah.
So what
Small
what
subdivision.
main drag strip is out there at 1488, or where are you?
We don't have a drag strip.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Now,
Yeah.
where's your
It's
main?
FM 1488.
I got
It's 249.
249.
Yeah,
Okay.
249 right now is not so crowded. You can
Yeah.
open these up on 249,
Yeah.
clean them out. You know, it's maintenance.
Maintenance,
Getting them out there.
research. We do a lot of research
Yeah, it's
ourselves.
maintenance.
I wish you could see the smile on his face. Yeah, she's mine. That's my girl right there. Yeah.
So, yeah, we have a lot of fun. We do. We
Now,
have,
how many in your club?
oof,
About.
we have 20.
20?
I think, yeah.
So at 10 cars or 20 cars? 10 cars, yeah, because you
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
couples.
Yeah.
So about 10 cars, that's perfect size. And please tell me that you don't take minutes at your meeting. God, I can't.
Do you have meetings?
Yeah, we have majority meetings.
Margarita meetings.
Yes.
I think that's what he said.
And where do y'all go get margaritas? You might find us out there with you one night. Oh, yeah, you make your own. I got
Nothing
you.
wrong with that.
So is this a garage party that you're talking about now? Car shows. Okay, so somebody brings along. Do you have the frozen margarita machine? I got a friend of mine that actually has a couple of them.
Yeah.
And so he brings his the margarita machines. It's all made up.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Self-serve.
Yeah.
That's right.
Self-serve. So, yeah.
Well,
And we've also done Cruise the Coast, too, as well.
have you?
Yeah.
We've
That's
been
the
there.
one out of Mississippi, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Biloxi. Yeah.
How was that? It's too many
It's-
cars.
It's a lot. It's hard on these engines when you're going and stopping and going and stopping and going
On
and
the
stopping.
coast in this kind of weather, on the
Yeah,
humidity.
it's
I was at
hard
one
on
maybe
these
20
cars.
years ago. A long time ago. I was
We've
at
done
one.
them for the past 5 years or so.
What is it, March? Is it in March? I'm sorry?
October.
October,
Oh,
so
it's
it's coming up.
fall.
Have you all registered this year?
Natchitoches. We're going to Natchitoches. It's a lot like Granbury, a small little town.
What's in Natchitoches?
A beautiful car show. It's
Really?
really well ran. It reminds us so much of Granbury's. This is our first time here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On the
and-
50th. That's good.
Yeah, we found out. I found out about this. See, we have GR8 Classics on Facebook.
But you said you graduated high school here.
We moved away. I moved away. My dad
It
traveled
couldn't
a
have been
lot.
50 years ago because this is the 50th one, so you had to know about it.
No, I didn't.
She's
know.
not
wow.
50, Jeff.
No,
God
well-
sakes.
Oh, I like you. I like you.
Dirty old man.
I like you.
Yeah.
No, I found out about this on Facebook. We do a lot of the ones locally.
Gotcha.
We do a lot of the charity ones locally. And I found this on Facebook. I went, ooh, I need to go up to Granbury. I need to go up to Glen Rose. Need to.
You still have family here?
No, all of mine have passed away and moved away. So I come up to Glen Rose just because I love it and
Look
wanna
around a little bit.
see the
Reminisce.
old home. You know, see if it's still standing.
I didn't know that they let the trolley in, but why not?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
The trolley came to the hotel last night.
It comes every hour, I
Yeah.
think, during the day.
I was thinking David was driving it there for a minute.
Is that the ladies poker run? That may be the ladies poker
could
run.
be.
they
You
were
want to
doing.
get on it?
No, I'm enjoying myself with y'all.
Okay, well,
I'm
good.
good. Yeah.
That's complimentary shuttle
Is,
service.
is that the poker run for the ladies? Oh.
Ah,
The
So we're
square
trying-
tram.
You can't hear it, but he says that's the tram that's going to take the ladies down to downtown and back. So
Yeah.
He's rounding up the ladies.
that's it.
so
What were you going to say, Mars?
no, I'm still back at Natchitoches. I've been over there during Christmas whenever they have a
Yeah.
big
Mhm.
Christmas deal there, and
It's
I
beautiful.
I can't imagine. Well, I'd like to imagine. I'm going to have to chase down that car show.
Yeah. So when is it?
October.
Well, we're
no,
looking.
that's
We're
Instead of-
looking for a sponsor. So if you know somebody that would like to sponsor the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show, we'll go there and we'll do a throwdown car show there.
Thinking the Pontiac Car Club.
I mean, you got deep pockets. You know people. Clearly, I mean, look at this. Old people. Well, they got money and we're poor, so we need to do a little exchange thing here. This is a beautiful car.
well. Thank you.
And I
very
can't
much.
tell you how much we enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I opened up way more than I thought I would.
Well, I mean,
With your family name and everything.
Yeah, my family name. I'm gonna have to go hide myself now.
No, you're not. It's all good. No,
Particularly down in the Houston area, because that's where we're from,
Really, where y'all out of? I mean,
out in Sugarland.
Yep.
oh.
Well, we do the show out of Sugarland.
Yeah, we
Okay.
did the show out of Sugarland.
That's the
close
Sugar
enough.
Shack Studios.
Okay. Okay, we have to look y'all up too.
Well, it's the In Wheel Time Card Talk Show. And Mr. Mars has a whole package of cards that he hasn't passed out one today, but he's going to give you one.
Oh, thank you. I need one.
Yep.
Because I will post that on Facebook, on our Facebook page.
It'll be on.
Good. Well, link us.
And
we're
we're
on
in-
Facebook.
Okay.
We're in 50 countries, so
Really?
Yeah, we are.
We're just local.
Well, we're local too, but apparently somebody on the other side of the earth says, that's a weird show. We're going to listen
what's
to
your
that."
husband's name?
Larry.
Larry.
That's Larry.
Good to see you,
Larry.
Larry.
He's got a cat named Larry.
Yeah.
He does. He's got. It
smart
is very
cat.
smart. All right. Well, Danan,
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate this.
it's a
Thank
pleasure.
You. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Just ahead, Jeff's Car Culture and Mars' new feature, Driving Destinations. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show's back in a flash.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in West Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas, or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla, he's pretty good. The Inwell Time Car Talk Show thanks you for 14 wonderful years. Yep, our first show aired May 7th, 2011 on a local radio station. Then it was a move to the digital world and social media, and you followed. Thank you. We continue to build and grow our fan base, and it's all because of you and your auto enthusiast friends. We appreciate your support. It's always great to see you at our remote broadcasts, and we hope you'll continue to stop by and say hello. It's been a great ride, and we hope to bring you more fun and adventure right here on the Inwell Time Car Talk Show.
Welcome to the award-winning In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Today coming to you from the Lone Star Street Rod Association 50th Anniversary Celebration at the State Run in Granbury, Texas. More specifically, Hewlett Park is where we're located today. Got another guest from today's event and today's show. And Mr. Mars has driving destinations. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars, who's getting the car parked for our next interview. We always need more Jeff Zekin. Our chief engineer, David Ainsley, decided to get out of bed this morning and join us. I'm Don Armstrong. Thanks so much for joining us, for sure. All right. It was a real pleasure talking to her.
It was nice.
It was.
Perfect.
Great personality and awesome car. What's the problem, Jeff?
I just need him. It's all right. You're good. Carry on.
I
just needed Mike over here.
The carry-on is going to be the person that sits in those two seats. And that's going to be our next thing that we're going to talk about. What is he getting in the car? He's leaving, which is perfect, I think. Don't you think? I wanted to tell you that we've got some more scheduled features coming up, too. Coming up, we're going to do the In-Wheel Time Sold Car Roundup. You're invited to join us for that.
Right now?
No.
Okay.
You weren't listening. And then we've already done the story of the week. We did on Brian Wilson. That was last segment. We've got lots of features coming up. Jeff's Car Culture is coming up in this segment.
That's what I was talking about.
Cities for Vintage Car Shows. We're going to do that.
He wasn't listening.
And then driving destinations.
The sun.
It's what?
The sun.
What about the sun?
It's hot.
Well, I'm going to join you here momentarily. Yeah. You look really good on camera, by the way, since we can now see your face.
Well, thank you.
Just thought I'd add. So, there's a car back here that Jeff pointed out, and he went, oh.
Look at that.
Because Jeff is the
wagon.
He's the wagon man. So this is a 1960 Ford, is it a Galaxy station wagon?
I don't know. I'm verklempt.
Well, it's got a beautiful paint job on it. And why don't we get our guest over here?
I was going to say.
Because he's been hijacked by somebody else. Mr. Mars, if you don't mind, could you get him to come over here?
Are we ready for him?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Larry.
Yeah, it's too late. Larry, we're going to, you know what? Because you clearly are such a superstar here with that car, we're gonna wait for you for 10 minutes, okay? So you can get all your gab fest out of your system over here with all of your fans, because we know you have to put the headset on. Put that microphone right here in front of your mouth. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, just like that. There
so
you go.
when we get ready to talk to you, you'll be ready, and you'll have all of this filled up with your fans.
Well, I know it.
He knows it.
You sure you can allow for the time dealing with all that?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be a battle of the bands. That's what it's going to be. But when you pulled in, I didn't see the car. All I heard was Jeff going, "Oh my God!" I
Look at
thought,
that.
there's going to be a riot here. Apparently,
Yeah.
And I turned around and I looked. I thought, "Oh my God, that car is just awesome."
Well, thank you very much. Thank
Yeah.
you.
That didn't take any time to get it that way,
No,
did it?
a couple of minutes.
I've owned it since 2007, but yeah, it didn't look like that
Okay.
when I first got it. It was already a driver. I found it on eBay, and
We're going to do the interview now?
No, we're not. This is the tease for the car.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, you found it on eBay.
found it on eBay. And back when I was in high school, my brother and I had to share a 60 Chevy four-door Bel Air six-banger, nothing to it.
Yeah.
And so I already knew when it come time to buy another car.
You wanted something different and big.
I wanted a station wagon. I already knew I wanted a station wagon, and I was looking for a 60 Chevy. And so I'd go on eBay, and they'd either be out of my budget or projects, which I didn't want. And so this particular day, I just got lazy and typed in 1960 wagon.
Is it a
And,
Fairlane?
It's a ranch wagon.
Ranch wagon.
Yeah.
Like ranch water, but ranch wagon.
The one that everybody remembers is the Country Squire. That's the one that had all the wood on it.
Right.
This is the cheaper model in the wagon lineup, but I liked it in that it gave me blank sides to do what I wanted to with it, just like a big blank.
Yeah.
With the scallops on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, but when I went on eBay and did the 1960 wagon search, and I was going through the Ramblers and Dodges and whatnot, and I was looking for a Chevy, and this one popped up, and I thought, that's got some good lines to it,
Yeah.
So
And
anyway,
it's massive.
Yeah.
Does it fit in the garage?
Well, yes, it will. Yes, it will. And barely. I mean, with the garage door down,
This much?
I've got about
Foot?
foot and a half in front and 6 inches in the rear.
Gotcha. All right.
Good.
Well, now this is the tease, okay? This is a tease for the bottom of the hour because we're going to learn about the 60 Chevy station wagon.
60 Ford.
Oh, it's a 60 Ford, sorry.
Yeah. I was looking for a Chevy, but this Ford popped up,
Yeah,
and
and so
caught my eye.
obviously you weren't married to the Ford Chevy brand. You didn't care. You just wanted something.
yeah,
This
yeah.
is it. All right. So you stay with us.
The first one.
All right. So we got Jeff's car culture. We're going to
You
do.
bet.
Let's do it.
Okay, best U.S. cities for vintage car shows and exhibitions. You'll appreciate this. Rev up your engines and prepare for a cross-country journey through America's automotive history. Here we go, Michael. Hit it. Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City, where better to start than the birthplace of American auto industry. Detroit's calendar is packed with events like the Woodward Dream Cruise and the Detroit Autorama. You'll find everything from Model Ts to muscle cars cruising the streets down Michigan Avenue, where they were born. The next one we have is Pebble Beach, California. Elegance by the Sea, David. Home to the world-renowned Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. The coastal town transformed into a mecca for luxury and exotic vintage cars each August. Can you picture yourself admiring a 1930 Duesenberg against the backdrop of the Pacific Ocean? That would be cool. Why do you have some Duesenbergs here? You don't know. The next one, Mike, is a Hershey, Pennsylvania Sweet Rides. Gotta love it. Known as the sweetest place on earth, Hershey hosts the AACA Eastern Fall Meet, one of the largest antique auto shows in the United States, with over 9,000 flea market spaces. It's a treasure trove of parts, the hunters of those parts, and restoration enthusiasts. And the next one we have is Scottsdale, Arizona, the Desert Classics. In January, Scottsdale becomes one thing, Barrett-Jackson. This mammoth auction and show attracts collectors and enthusiasts from around the world. And if you've ever seen it, it's a true statement right there. The dry climate also makes it a hot spot for well-preserved classics all year round. Mike, the next one we have here is Carlisle, Pennsylvania, a collector's paradise. Carlisle Events hosts numerous shows throughout the year, each focusing on different makes and eras. From spring Carlisle to fall Carlisle, there's always something for every taste. Ever seen 5,000 Corvettes down in one place? That's the place to go. Next one, Mike, is Amelia Island, Florida. Southern charm, baby. Amelia Island Concours d'Elegance is a weekend. It combines the stunning vintage automobiles with Florida's balmy weather and beautiful coastline. It's a perfect blend of high-end classics and laid-back island vibes. The next one we have is Las Vegas, Nevada. Vintage Viva Las Vegas, baby. The Viva Las Vegas Rockabilly Weekend isn't just about music. It also hosts one of the coolest vintage car shows around. Where else can you see a 50s hot rod parked next to an Elvis impersonator? One more time, Mike, is Hickory Corners, Michigan, a museum come to life. Home to the Gilmore Car Museum, Hickory Corners hosts several shows throughout the year. The museum expansive grounds become a living exhibit even during the Red Barn Spectacular, so that's very cool. And the last one we have, David, is the Hilton Head Island, South Carolina Low Country Luxury. The Hilton Head Island Concours d'Elegance and Motoring Festival combines Southern hospitality with world-class automobiles. Imagine sipping sweet tea while admiring a perfectly restored E-Type Jag.
I'd like to have a sweet tea right now.
I'd take anything right now. And there you have it. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate your help,
the
sir.
margaritas are over in the park.
No Ritas. Not yet.
Not yet? Okay. All right. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show coming to you today from Granbury, the Lone Star Street Rod Association State Run. Time for a quick break. Our show continues right after these messages.
You own a car you love. Well, why not let Gulf Coast Auto Shield protect it? Houstonian John Gray invites you to his state-of-the-art facility to introduce you to his specialist team of auto enthusiasts. We promise you'll be impressed. Whether you're looking to massage your original paint to a like-new appearance, apply a ceramic coating, install a paint protection film, nano-ceramic window tint, or new windshield protection called ExoShield, Gulf Coast Auto Shield is where Houston's car people go. Curbed your wheels? Instead of buying new, why not have them repaired? How about a professionally installed radar detector? Gulf Coast Auto Shield does that too. Get a peek inside the shop and look at the services offered by getting online and heading to gcautoshield.com. Better yet, stop by their facility at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway, and get a personal tour. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is your place to go for all things exterior. Call them today, 832-930-5655 or gcautoshield.com. The award-winning In Wheel Time Car Talk Show now reaches 5.3 million folks each year. Check us out on InWheelTime.com, the Odyssey Radio app, YouTube, Facebook, and just about every other entertainment source out there, including our live broadcast every Saturday, 10 to noon Central Time. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show has informative automotive guest interviews, new car reviews, along with popular features including Jeff's Car Culture, the latest new cars, cruise-ins, and racing dates. It's InWheelTime.com. Join us. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon. Apple or Android, In Wheel Time Podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and jonesing for a different kind of car talk show, give In Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture and Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, and we know you love lists.